Hey guys, so welcome to my newest project here. So again, this is just going to be an art piece for sure. So I gotten these cavalry. They are from the Age of Sigmar. I know I'm going to butcher the name on it. So once I figure that out, I will tell you. Anyhow, so basically I'm just going to be doing a scenery here. There's not going to be anything special or unique here. As far as like you've seen the last two projects I've done being having like hidden dice boxes and or dice carrying, so that was kind of thing there. So now I'm going to at least I've already started kind of, as you can see, kind of positioning everything here. Now some of these guys are missing tails, so I think the ones that are missing tails, I think I'm going to leave the one off for certain. So it's just going to be one off really, but it's going to be spread out enough that I'm kind of showing these guys as kind of like in a full secondary cavalry charge and such. I'm going to probably add some other details potentially in this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So anyhow, but I got the tail off at least of one that didn't have a rider on it. So I'm going to take care of that right now. And then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime all this and basically going to be setting it aside for the time being because I have a second project that I am working on. It'll be a singleton, which I have set aside on the just off camera here. So it'll be a little back and forth. So we will see how this goes. Now I am going to leave these on the stands and I'm probably just going to integrate them into basically the scenery as well. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this little project. So anyhow, I'm just going to glue this on, set it aside, and then get ready to prime. So to give you another idea, so Age of Sigmar is another type of Warhammer play. It's kind of like Age of Sigmar or Old World. I think this is actually, I might be wrong in Sigmar. This might be Old World. I apologize if I screwed that up. But yeah, I believe this is more Old World. So when you're talking Old World, you're talking medieval. So yes, you have knights. There are... but the thing is that with Old World, you're still talking about the levels of what they call chaos. There are giants, there's goblins, as well as orcs, I believe, as well in the Old World as well. So, and also human, of course, which represents here the humanity side of things. There we go. So, yeah, that's kind of the deal there. So, yeah, I got these in a trade for I traded a rechargeable airbrush, one of those handheld rechargeable ones, for a guy who was looking for an airbrush, and I hope he was able to get some good use out of it. I really do. Also, I had something else coming in with the trade as well. This came in with the trade. It's a necromancer type person, and I don't know. I'm probably gonna do something with him. Potentially, I love the paint scheme he had done with this, so I might leave that alone as well. But, you know, maybe build it into something. Who knows? We'll see what comes of it. But at least I have these to start with. And so while I'm waiting for that super glue to set up, the next step I'm going to be doing is a gray primer all across here. So it's going to be a dark color. And yeah, so again, looking forward to it. All right, so off to priming we go. All right. Whew. There we go. Just a little spritz on the top to make sure we got everybody. There we go. All right. Whew. So, now, some of you are probably wondering right now, either wondering or yelling, one of the two. I was like, why did you leave them on there, etc. The reason why I left them on is that way I have location points. I know where everything's going to be, where it's going to be sitting. And I'm using it kind of also as a point to spray the primer on the models as well, on top of the actual piece. Now, I've only got this side, obviously, but I have 2 more corners to get to. So I'm going to let at least the first part of this dry enough for me to rotate this around and hit the last 2 sides and be done with that. No worries at all. Now, while I'm doing that, I can at least show you the thought I have for my singleton project, which is, again, it's another Old World Cavalry. It's very unique. It's I picked out some pieces and whatnot, and I was kind of give you a rough show of what I'm thinking of doing. So let me reach over here. Here we go. There's that and this. Okay, now, so this is the one. This is the guy I'm thinking of right now. This rider. Now, here's what's funny here. So the rider is on here. Okay. I like this paint scheme of the Warthog here. So I'm not going to try to do anything with that. So I got to try to make sure I can protect it and everything else. But I'm not the biggest fan of just having this run-of-the-mill pauldron here with this. But I will do this guy. And it happens to be at least the same arm on this guy. So it's a little bit shorter and whatnot, but it's a full extension of the spear arm in location. So I'm having this kind of go off as a way to have this look a little different. But also, I'm planning to see if I can have him on the edge here, kind of almost as if he might be leaping or whatnot, but that's a little bit hard to do. But perhaps similar to him standing on a log top here of a fallen tree, to extend the arm out as if pointing out towards an enemy on a hillside or anything like that. So that's kind of the thought I have for this guy. So that's kind of the thought there. So while I'm letting this all dry here, I'm going to go ahead and at least start recording that segment separate here. So anyway, be back in a moment, guys. All right. So I had the thought of what I want to do here. So I'm going to do these guys here as druid riders. So essentially these are knights that have been resurrected basically by druidic power, and they are riding into combat. That is the idea here. So I found some references. I'm not going to do a traditional horse. That was my original thought. I was going to keep it kind of plain Jane, safe. But realistically, where's the fun in that? So I'm going to take a gamble on laying down. The horses are going to be what I call, they're going to be called spectral horses. So these are spirit horses, essentially. So, as being revived by the druidic power. So I primed up a spare, and I'm going to test some paint scheme, test some paint combinations and see what I'm happy with. And then go forward from there, essentially. So, and I have some other things that I was thinking about too for this too, to fill up at least probably some gaps around here, like some of the gap holes in around here, to really kind of get this kind of really tell a picture and a story of a moment of a moment. So I'm looking forward to trying. So here we go. little better. I'm liking the first base coat here. So basically, essentially in about 15, well, let's see. For my clock, it's almost 15 minutes since I started on this, but I'm sure once I throw in the time lapse part to speed everything forward, it'll be a little less time for you guys. But for me, it's been almost 15 minutes just to even get this far. So, okay. There we go. So we're going to set that aside. There we go. I'm just going to set that aside. I want to see how this is going to look on here. I mean, I don't think it's going to be too bad once I get some more color on there. I mean, you can kind of see it from your guys' angle, but once I throw a little more color on here and whatnot, I think it's going to slowly come together, especially with some paler colors and all that good fun. So that's kind of the idea there. But yeah, that's going to take some time to set up and dry, of course, along with this little guy that I already started on too. So by the time you see the next segment, I will show you at least the finalized project, the finalized look at least of the horses. And if you guys will be keeping an eye out for my singleton project as well, you guys will at least get an idea of, you guys will probably get an idea of what the riders will look like as well. So this is allowing me to at least test on here, which I know is risky, but I have a couple other spare riders, but I'm not going to try to prime it and wait and everything else. So anyway, but that's probably going to be all for now on part 1. Yeah, that's probably going to be all for now for part 1. And like I said, the next time... Come here. There we go. The next video set, you guys will at least see a finalized look for at least the horses. And like I say, if you guys keep an eye out for my video uploads for my singleton that I'm working on as well, you'll get to see what the druid riders will look like. So yeah, so these will be the druid riders. Is probably what I'm going to name this piece. It's going to be druid. Yep. So anyway, thank you guys. Keep an eye out for those videos. Like, comment, subscribe. Excuse me. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And stick with me on this journey. I hope you do, and I hope you enjoy it with me as well. And you and I, and hopefully me and everyone watching will be learning stuff along the way. So thank you very much, guys. Catch you on the next piece.